You're
Yo. Episode, was it day 3? Is it day 3? On the airing the crud. So day 3 of airing the crud, and we finished off yesterday by saying, do you believe in UFOs? Now that's the question.
yes.
That's the question.
Perfect, right? That's why in the middle of yesterday's episode, right? I turned side. If y'all was watching, I turned sideways because I was in my phone trying to figure out where my partner E was.
Okay.
Because we was talking about UFOs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my partner E.
Hey.
E Jones, Rock Hill E, Belay, the most honorable Belay, E Jones. This is my partner. We've been knowing each other for like 23 years now.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've heard
Okay.
a story from one honorable Belay about UFOs. Do you care to share your story?
All right.
Is this a real life incident now we're talking about?
Yeah. This incident. This is one of those incidents where, you know how when you grow up, friends, you're all from the same neighborhood, and you split up. Some go to college and blah blah blah. You lose each other, and you find each other on social media, right? So, it's one friend that I experienced this with. He had went out to college, moved to New York or whatever. He got his own new sets of friends. I found him on Facebook. And I remember I said, this was back when you just post on their page and stuff. I was like, hey, why don't you tell your friends about the time we saw that UFO? He blocked me.
Oh, no.
He blocked me and shut his page down. He got off Facebook. And he said, and when I called him and talk about it, he said he don't want to talk about it. So that's how I want to premise this story. So, Lee Smith.
The E-Files. Let's go.
The E-Files.
Let's do it. Lee Smith, if you out there, I'm talking to you. You know who you know. And Kendrick Grady, he's another witness. So let me break right in.
Ken was there?
Ken was there. I got witnesses.
I don't think I ever heard Ken's version.
No, you probably
hold on. So you asked him, tell me about that UFO incident, and then he just ran for the hills.
He ran. He didn't want to talk about it in public. He didn't want nobody. I was just joking with him. I didn't expect him to really talk about it. I just was messing with him.
No. Bro, was you wearing a black suit, black tie, white shirt, black glasses?
Did you have the flashy thing? Would you? As soon as he started talking about it, you was gonna flashy thing him over Facebook, video call.
That's the first time I've heard that.
He didn't want to get flashy thing, bro. It's okay.
Let me tell you, man. So here's the story. So normal night. It's the normal night. We in my car.
Where is this? Give us the setting.
We're in Wilmington, North Carolina. To be more specific, we're in Castle Hayne, North Carolina. For my folks who will see this and know exactly what I'm talking about, we're at the corner store. We're at a corner store. It's nighttime. We're at the corner store. So we getting what we getting, and we about to get in a car. We coming in from the corner store. We getting in the car, and when we getting in, we see look like a fallen star. And everybody we point out was like, "Yo, look at the fallen star." And the first thing we noticed is we was like, "That's crazy." It was like, "Wait a minute, that shit seemed close as fuck," but you can't tell because it's night and we in the country, so it's dark. So
right.
We see it, we notice it. It's like, damn, it seemed kind of close, but we keep on go by business. We get in the car. The corner store is maybe 5 minutes from where we actually stay. So now we're going down the street that we stay at, which is about 1.5 miles, maybe a mile straight down. Totally dark, no lights on the side. We in the country once again. Mm-hmm. So we riding, talking shit, riding, and we look to the side and see the fucking falling star again, except once again, it seemed like it's about like helicopter plane type, like really low.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit. And then it's like right in front of us. So we see it like go in front of us, and basically it lands somewhere down the street. Like we're like, oh shit. So we go.
Mm-hmm. We go. You see? You see, we go. This is the mentality I've been had to deal with for the past 20-something years knowing this man. Go ahead, continue your story,
The
bro.
whole
We
Rock
go.
Hill mentality. You'll see when the Negro kicks in. Right now, it's all Rock Hill mentality. It's all what I want to know. I want to know. That's my nature. I want to know. So
Okay.
the way Rock Hill Road is it's a hill and it's a straight that goes down. And when it goes down into that slope, you can't see any more of the street because the woods kind of cover it up.
Right.
So as kids, at the end of that road is a mansion. And that used to be the haunted mansion. We used to all have these stories. You don't go down there. You know how kids is. But it really is dark down there. So you cannot see, down past that little hump. So we get to the little hill, to the slope, and you see like a light, a light, like a light, just vibrating kind of thing. So, but you can't make out what it is. So we go down the hill, and we're right down the slope. You can't see anything except the way I can explain this is because we put out. It's like we hit our bright lights on, and it looks like a small light illuminating inside of a glass container. It's the only way to explain it. If you shine light on like a glass, so you can see it's like it looked like dense glass in a cylinder form, maybe the size of a small room, but it's cylinder with edges. So let's say a stop sign on the top and a stop sign on the bottom with the octagon.
Mm-hmm.
So octagon, rectangularly long capsule light. If you get what I'm saying, does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm trying to put it together. I think I got a good idea.
It's a long cylinder with edges going around. Like you could tell maybe edges going around, but it was like dark tint, like shining light in a dark tint. So you can't really see anything, but you could tell it's like a light in the inside of this thing, but you can barely see it. Okay, so
So what did Michael Jackson say to y'all when he got out? I mean, that sounds like some Mike will ride around in. I'm just saying.
So
yo. Are you?
Good.
Are you referencing
Of course,
you
like Dynamite.
Yeah.
We all know it.
So it's okay.
So
I actually thought you would talk about Men in Black as well, because Men in Black, where they had the picture.
True. No, that's where you at. That's where you at. My set of jokes different for this. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
So let's about to wrap up. So we're in awe of what we're looking. We can't really see. We want to go further, and as soon as we start, and we got this all. Everybody, what's that? A light comes out, shines out of the object. And it's like picture, you know how a flashlight, you put your flashlight on the sidewalk and you walk your flashlight up, how that light goes up the sidewalk.
Yeah.
The light hit the ground and was like, oh shit. So it's still like, oh, look. But then the light slowly started coming up the street.
Uh-huh.
So my homeboy driving text. So we like this. So that's when I look at Tex, he ain't moving. I'm like, yo, Tex, hit reverse. So we start going to reverse. And as fast as we went, it's like the light was traveling towards us. And when we got up the hill, of course, the light didn't go up the hill. And that was it. We went to the house, which was a minute away. When we got out the car, Kendra was like, hey, be quiet for a second. You couldn't hear any dogs. We're in the country. I always think about when UFO could, like, no dogs bark. We could hear any dogs barking, and you could hear like a motor, like a large murmur, and that's it. That's the whole thing. We walked in the house. We walked in the house looking at Didi, my best friend, crazy. We told him the story, and it's not crazy. We didn't see a UFO really, actually.
Most important question.
No,
bro,
I mean, but it sounded like y'all saw something.
We saw something.
Most important question. Did you check the time and date, and did you have a big beard after that whole event?
You know what? No. What he's saying is good because what I should have did. Well, he said some real shit. I should have recorded the time and date that this happened and never forgot it. Because I could have looked into something else. Like, we didn't have the internet or anything back then.
Right.
But later on, if I'd have looked up that day, it could have been other sightings, and anyway.
Yeah, but
True.
There was this occasion recently where there was one near Jerusalem over Jerusalem. Maybe I can't remember. Maybe 5-6 years ago, where they saw a beaming light at the top.
Yes.
And then it just dropped down and it disappeared. Yes. Like, I was like, what? Yo,
That's
bro,
scary.
there's stuff out there
that
we do not know about.
That scared me because when I read Behold the Pale Horse in 1994, it said some shit like that was going to happen in Jerusalem. They was going to stage a UFO event to try to get like people to believe the coming of Christ is coming. And when that shit happened, I was like, God dang, I can't stand with these people.
They don't even call it UFO anymore, do they?
No, they reclassified it to some. It's 4 letters now, right?
No,
well,
it's
they got
still 3 letters.
They got UAFs now.
Yeah. That might be the one I'm thinking about because they you know what's really scary, right? Not scary. You know what's really unknown is the fact that there's specified files that's leaking right this moment in time or the last couple of years. And they have evidence of unidentified flying objects or wherever it is, right? And they literally are leaking this, and it kind of makes me believe that potentially they're kind of making us more aware, just so we're not shocked when it actually does happen. Because can you imagine we right this moment in time think we're the only living beings in the universe. That's our presumption. Most people's presumptions are Earth is a phenomenon and we're the one of the like only leading candidates for life and humanity or existence. That's what we believe. So all of a sudden, back in the day, maybe 1980s, they said, "Oh, there's aliens and they're coming to visit us."
It was way before that.
No. I'm just saying. This is why I think there's a massive adjustment period now.
Back in the 50s and 60s, that was a thing too. Like the whole Area 51 phenomenon and whatnot. So
because
that's been a thing.
There was
for a while.
There was more and more sightings. There's more and more sightings. Right. But like if you told,
I wouldn't say that. I would say that there's more opportunities and platforms for people to say that they have seen aliens.
All right, that may be true. I think it all works together. I think it may be more and maybe more outlets to talk about it as well.
Right? Because I can believe you. I can believe you. I can't believe half the other people's stories. Some stories, your story sounds good. Some people's stories sound so fantastical. It's like, man, what you smoking?
Let me tell you something, right? 1947 was when we had the Roswell incident, which is basically when there was a crash in Roswell. They all blamed it on balloons and blah blah blah. Right. From 1947, the whole perception of UFOs kind of escalated. So in the 1960s, that whole speculation was still there because we didn't have a resolution to what was happening or what happened in Roswell. So that's number one. Number two, I think there was more of a shutdown in that period from the 40s to 50s to 60s, even to the 80s, where they were shutting down. No, there's no UFOs. Don't worry about UFOs. Right this moment in time, there's a perception that there are UFOs, and that perception's changed over in the 2000s. Well, and this is why, this is why I feel like there's more of a they are UFOs. We potentially might be getting visited. Oh, there potentially might be aliens among us, and that's the perception right this moment in time, because I think gradually humanity's getting brought into a scenario when we do have first contact.
So I think that what you're saying, basically, how I translate what you're saying is, so we've been in contact with alien technology, or what we would call alien technology. We can get into what aliens actually could be another time or later on, but
not the History Channel, not the History Channel version.
All right, but we'll just say that they definitely came into contact with alien technology in the 40s or the 30s. And they couldn't censor it until they got the technology, the non-censor. So around the 80s, that's when they censor and everything. Age of information come when they can't keep everything off the internet. So they have to acknowledge certain things because they can't keep the information from coming out. Now, what we need to be concerned is now that they have the technology that they had since the 40s and 30s, are they going to stage some shit and say, "Hey, they're aliens," when we know that they got this technology and they can do this shit themselves?
Let me.
So, alien shot Trump.
Man,
my bad.
we ain't about to talk about that.
No, we ain't. No, my bad. All
right, cool. Let me give you a prime example. You're bad for that. You're bad for that. Let me give you a prime example. Like 1947, we had the Rose Bowl incident, right? So we don't know what happened there, but basically we got told what we got told. In 1966, right, was the first original series for Star Trek, right? You okay, bro?
Yeah. Closed shit.
So 1966 was the first episodes of the original Star Trek series. Within that series, we had holograms. We had what you call instant transportation kind of facilities where you could go into one thing to another thing. We had Beam Me Up, Scotty. Phones.
Star Trek. Remember that was the exact Star Trek that they ended up coming out with.
So all like I would say. Some of the tech that was actually conceived in those series actually came into life. Like the mobile phone is the whole what do you call it? What they used to use in the original series in terms of beam me up, Scotty. For having that
patent to mobile phones, 60s.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, the idea. So this I can't fully agree with some of the notions that people try to draw from. All that, like, people go down the rabbit hole on any and every little thing they can, and some of that stuff be sounding so whacked out, bro. It's like, no, ideas are ideas. People have ideas, and sometimes they end up coming to fruition. Ain't nobody running around with a laser sword yet, thankfully, but
if it was, we wouldn't know till 100 years later.
Oh no! You know what? You say that. There is laser tech that actually can perform.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you can find that on YouTube. You can find some dude in Ohio that's making high tech stuff in his garage. You know what I'm saying? From remote control car parts and shit like that. Like, these folks out here making shit now.
I'm more interested in the fact that they actually achieve light speed. About 2 to 3 years ago, they actually achieved light speed, so you can actually go from a normal transportation to what they do now to light speed, bro. If they formulate that, we got Star Trek. It's gonna
be a long time before they be able to put that into any type of practical use, let alone commercial use.
Well, really, what we're talking about is the process of knowledge filtration. So they'll have technology 100 years before the public is hip to it. I remember.
Oh yeah.
I remember in the 80s, I ordered Time Life magazine. Remember the Mystic Places and Unknown when you had them?
Commercials? Yeah, the commercials used to come on 30 times a day. I was one of those
kids because it was COD. I got the book.
Right.
I still have it
just
right
like
now.
Columbia House.
The one thing I remember is that at the same they showed this in Time Life. At the same time, there were cavemen in one place. They showed in another place, to be exact, in Timbuktu, they showed a skull that they found that would have to be dated back prehistoric to when cavemen existed. They found a skull with laser surgery, brains where the skull was a part of the skull was removed so crisp that it was like the laser brain surgery they do today. So they basically
talking about the crystal skulls, yeah?
No, I'm not talking about the crystal skulls. I'm talking about a regular brain, a skull that they found,
skeleton that seemed like it had brain surgery.
That had a square piece cut out and placed back where they could tell that it was laser brain surgery being done in one place at the same time. There's cavemen. Now look at us now. You can look at America. You can look at the world right now. In some places, you can put a split screen up and show people living in that want technology, but it's not available. They living in dirt, and then somewhere else they're being carried up a waterfall with electricity. Like,
bro,
I was just watching Vice, one of their series is where they was talking about pygmy people in Guyana. I think I'm saying that the right country. Anyway, bro, them people still live pretty much the same way they did 200 years ago, type shit. That's what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we can. If you don't believe that,
We don't even
your
got
whole perspective is whack.
We can go to South America and go to people like we can go to Mexico. We can go to places.
We can go
in
to
America.
Nevada.
We can go to Alabama.
We can go to Spaghetti Junction and
All
see
right,
people living primitive.
I've got several facts for you, and I've got several questions. Right. So number one, the GPS, the actual satellite navigation system was first invented in 1960 for the armies and navies and all that stuff, right? Because they use
Probably
satellites.
before that.
No,
But that's what
probably
they tell
before
us.
But that's what they tell. No, that was. We got that commercially. If you remember the TomTom device, you remember a little device you put onto your car and it directs you. Yeah,
Right.
that
Yeah,
was
GPS.
actually first invented.
MapQuest.
MapQuest. That was it. That came out in 1991. So there's a massive disparity. It's tested before it's released to the public. So we know that already. So the question I have is, what like in terms of tech, we always know that. So the question is, do you think that what we see in the movies and what we see as non-reality is a kind of little seed that they plant to tell us maybe that will happen? So like in the back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we saw a lot of alien movies and all that stuff. Now we're seeing Avatar, like going to a different planet, resourcing a different planet, go and live on a different planet. That's more of a predominant space travel. And even now we're getting more movies about water travel, going into the earth to see what we got down in the oceans. So do you think now it's kind of like a storytelling seed that maybe this could happen in the next 10, 50, 100 years?
I think there's a number of people that want to do everything and are actively trying to do everything that's being done in movies. That's my take on that.
Okay, yeah, that's a good take. That's a good take. I do believe that's true as well. There's people that aspire to do that.
I think it's different scenarios for different situations. So I think certain movies are showing technology that we currently already have, but they have to introduce it to us in a way. You got like it's an old saying that you got to feed babies slow or they'll throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the saying. That's the thing in education.
Right.
If you give people too much too soon, they're going to throw it up. So in one sense, you got movies that's trying to introduce. In another one, you got movies trying to show you what someone wants the future to be, or they want to do, and they by you looking at it and thinking that it can be real, you add to that reality. You know what I'm saying? If someone wants this to happen, that's now we're getting into creation and thought and the power manifestation and all of those things. So you're being used in certain respects to galvanize the energy to do this. It's like, it's one thing if I want to do this, another thing if everybody wants this thing at one time or sees this thing. I've got a vision, but if I can make all y'all see my vision,
right,
the reality of that happening is a lot better. So
yeah,
I
think the other question I had was I'm going to give you a prime example. We don't know what happened in history. We only know what happens in our history, in our timeline, and what we're told, right? So obviously, a manifestation of reality is the perception of what people write and what literature's been driven through the years. So if you have manipulation of that, you basically can dictate your own history timeline without the reality being known. So in terms of what books and scriptures tell you, they might not be true, but you believe them because you believe them to be true. That's what I'm leading towards now. So
you're talking about, you're speaking on somebody, just the power of belief, right?
Yeah, just the power of belief, but the power of belief is totally different. And some historians will look through historical books and events to actually gauge what was happening back then.
He's trying to say that there's no way to clearly prove what history is correct.
Yeah, what history is correct.
Yeah, no, that's what you want to believe.
I would tell you almost, but not really, because the true history is going to. Now you're right. History is being diluted, and it is told by people who have not told the truth in writing history.
Yeah.
But there is history that has been documented correctly, and the only way that you would find out true history is all the pieces have to connect from front to back, all the way up and down. See, when it doesn't connect all the way, that's when it breaks away, and then you know it's not true. But But I just want to say real quick, most of us don't. They created a surface knowledge to where we don't deep dive into any subjects further enough, and we're not persistent enough and consistent enough to stay to one subject and follow it through. So we lose because we don't.
Let me tell you prime example, right? So it's a known fact now, rather than allegedly or allegations, that Nikola Tesla basically used and researched the technology from the Egyptians to create the Tesla coil. So from that knowledge alone, because the pyramids are situated and angulated in a certain way, and they were coated in limestone to create a magnetic field. Right, so that shit evidently
it's too much. It's too much shit for the average person to even comprehend about the pyramids, bro. Like that's some incredible shit, dog. Just some incredible shit.
So the text. So the belief. There's a couple of beliefs I hold. Every civilization grows and gets destroyed, and that happens through the ages. We've seen that through the ages. Every single big civilizations that's happened, and technology and knowledge is lost through the destruction of that civilization because it gets too powerful, right? So basically that in its sense, and I think it's the modern day world we live in is harder to do that because each civilization was generated in an area like Egypt, and we have the Mayan temples and all that stuff. So I kind of believe that to be true to a certain point, but I also believe every religion is the same. And it's diluted through language to mean different meanings, and I truly believe that as well. Because every story is the same. Every story has a true core meaning, but it's diluted through the language, through the perception of the person, manipulated through politics and people.
The only thing I would say about what you just said is I would take that and say the major religions are all similar. There's so many different religions that are, but in the basics of the major religions are all the same. I do agree. Especially we're talking Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Islam,
peace, harmony, living with each so we know that.
Follow these rules, and you'll make it to the promised land.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So the subsequent of that is, this is why I in terms of me, I believe religion spiritually, and I believe in everybody to have their own beliefs and live through their own beliefs, because that's we are all the same in reality. But my question to you is now, this is the most important one. If time travel was real, would you take the opportunity to go back to see certain events in history, and what would you go and see?
Go ahead, Ian. Because I'm gonna want to go back and see some.
I'm too much
some entertaining. Like you gonna want to go back and see something important. I'm gonna probably want to go back and see something important too. Do some fact checking. It depends on how many trips I got. I got unlimited trips.
I'm too meticulous.
Yeah. Cool. Of course, you have a time machine. You have a time machine. It's on your wrist, and any day you tap on it, you go to it. But remember,
what do I charge it?
You
with?
Live with
player. If I charge it with player, then it'll be unlimited.
No, it's solar. Literally, you use natural resource energy, movement, kinetic, solar.
No, my watch run on player, so it's gonna last forever.
Yeah, I would definitely, man, definitely. I of course I'd be like, if there's no stipulations, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go see something. I don't know exactly what I would see, but
how far
you gonna go check? You gonna go check for dinosaurs?
I would go if I could do different things. I would want to be there to see the original pyramids. Mm-hmm. I would want to see that be constructed.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to see I would want to see the first. There's a couple structures I want to see. So I want to see the pyramids. I would also want to see some structures here. The oldest structure recorded is Poverty Point in Louisiana. So you
want to see it when it's popping.
It looks like Congress. It's built the way Congress is built. So I would want to see when that was erected.
I would go to Harlem in the 50s.
I would definitely go to see Malcolm X speak one time.
Facts.
I would
100%.
I would want to see.
I would go see Mandela.
You coming up. I would go see.
No, we ain't got that much time. So I got to step on it a little bit.
Right. I never heard Marcus Garvey. I never heard Marcus Garvey voice like that. So I would want to hear Marcus Garvey.
Bob Marley in concert.
I was gonna get to that. That's why I want you to be quiet. Elijah Muhammad. I would want to see Muhammad Ali fight.
Facts.
Ooh.
Mike Tyson.
I saw Mike Tyson. I want to see Muhammad Ali, and that's pretty much it for right now. Besides performing, and we know music is our lives. Y'all don't know that. Music is my life. So I could go forever about who I want to see.
Prince, Mike, Tribe,
the people I miss.
NWA.
I want to see Rick James. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
I want to see Rick James and Tina Marie perform together.
Fire and Desire.
So would you go back? Imagine you went back in time, right? And you saw another fellow human from your year giving primitive humans the ability to create fire.
All right, let me go to what I think you want to be talking about. Why is that so? I don't know why that's so funny.
Oh no, because he got you. He got you. I knew this was gonna happen. No, that's part of the reason why, because his brain and your brain are
so let me tell you what I think
similarly crazy.
Let me tell you what I think you did that. What is this? So how about this?
Because you're gonna answer his crazy question. I'll just look at him crazy. You're gonna answer the question.
I think that's similar to if, say, I was an engineer, right, and a physicist, and I went right to a freaking tribe in South America, and I showed them how hydroponics. So I showed them how to make electricity. You see what I'm saying? So there's tribes where planes, when the war happened, a plane went there and gave them rations and went back 20 years later, and they got replicas of the plane and they worshiped the plane. The plane became their god, and they waited for the plane to return. And when it returned, they thought it was a return of God. And they've done experiments like this in the past.
Yeah.
That's cap too.
Now imagine. Yeah. Now imagine every single periodic time that you went to, there was another fellow time traveler bringing up civilization.
No, he gonna try to kill you. That's why it happened in the movie and the TV show. He gonna try to kill you because he don't want you to go. He don't want you to figure out who he is and go back to his time and tell on him. Because he in the past doing bullshit, bro. He in the past, he's Biff. He's Biff from Back to the Future. I'm Marty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming back to do right by the
Marty
future.
McE.
Yeah. He coming back to bet on Michael Jordan first championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody even know. Don't nobody even know. Matter of fact, you know what he gonna do? He's so evil. He gonna come back and bet on Michael Jordan's first playoff game and say, "I bet you he scored more than 60 points."
Nah, I just want to be like, you know what? That motherfucker gonna end up walking away from all this shit. I bet you. You don't think he walk away?
Right. No. Because what you do is you come back. You hit him. Boom. You come back. As long as history ain't changed, you still know what's gonna happen. So you switch it up. You wait for a couple weeks. You grow your hair out or cut your hair off. You know what I'm saying? Put on disguise. You go back. You go back. Question. You got to keep hitting them throughout time now.
No.
You got to, if you're gonna be a real time.
I would come back in 92 and make a song. Why don't you tell me if you feel me? and then I go grab Pop, take him out. I wait. I come back in 2002. You know,
Every stealing hits throughout time.
Yo.
I always
So hold on. So you just admitted to be wanting to time travel Drake style.
Oh, no.
Hey man, that's it, man. That's it, man.
No. One last question.
You know in Drake House when you open the toilet up, Tupac come on and it's playing California Love.
Yeah. Oh, yo. No, even worse than that. You
Probably not no more. Probably not no more.
It got flooded recently. All right, cool. Last question, and if you want to switch it off after this, it's up to you guys.
No, it's over.
Last question. Would you go forward in time, and how forward would you go?
That's nasty. That's tomorrow.
Okay.
Leave
you with that fool.
If you want to come back tomorrow and talk about the future, we can.
I go to two places. One, right before the election, 2 minutes before they elect the next president. I go to that. The next one I go to is right before my daughter about to fuck.
Hey.
What you about to do? What you doing in here? What's happening? That's it. Every time she about to fuck, that's when I want to perpetuate my daughter.
You know what? You're gonna scar her for life, man. You're gonna scar her for life. But tomorrow we'll be talking about if you could time travel, what would you do? How far would you go? And we'll talk about that tomorrow because it's quite an interesting concept.
That's the greatest answer in podcast history, bro.
I know. What you trying to do here? What you trying to do here?
Oh man, my stomach.
No, she'll definitely be a 50-year-old virgin. That's all I'm saying, man.
Hey, I think 50 is a great time to start having sex.
Hey man,
Cool
we'll see y'all tomorrow, man.
Cool it.
Y'all follow my partner E, man. He just funny all the time. I'm trying to tell you. Follow me, 808 Kids. Follow TJ Love Kids Custom. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We'll let y'all know in the stories when we gonna hit, bro.
Yeah, check out the Instagram stories.
Keep safe.